Every step forward is a new beat to your drum. Achieve success with global.media.com. Let's celebrate it with or without champagne.
Yes, hello everybody. Happy Friday. We are here again on another edition of our Positivity Life, a place where we are very intentional about the power of positivity and how transformative it is in our everyday life, holistically, in every areas of your life, using positivity as a catalyst to make a difference and make you become a better person. So I want to say big welcome to everyone who are joining us from all over the world. If you are here with us, please drop a comment. We want to know that you are here. For those joining us from Facebook, from LinkedIn, from YouTube, or from all social media, do well to drop a comment. Let us know that you are here with us so we can shout you out and we can let the world know that you are here on this stage with us because we really want to appreciate you. We do not take it for granted the fact that you are joining us on a Friday edition. We appreciate you. We love you. So drop a comment. Let us know that you are here. For those who are joining us for the very first time, this event holds literally every Friday. It's been on for almost 3 years now, where we consistently show up here every Friday with the aim to bring the awareness, with the aim to bring the consciousness, with the aim to help people intentionally embrace positivity in every endeavors of their life. And I tell you, there are many testimonies from people all over the world, people sharing how embracing positivity intentionally has changed their life, has changed their business, has changed their relationship, and has helped them become a better person. And that because of those testimony, that's the reason why we are not stopping. The mission is to spread positivity to every corners of the earth, one person at a time. So till it gets to everybody, we are not stopping. We'll keep showing up here. We'll keep pushing the message of positivity to make sure that everybody gets the message. Because we live in a negative world, a world where people are going through so much, a world where people are going through a lot. And they might not be able to share. They might not be able to come up and say, this is what we are going through. But we don't care whether you come up or not. We are always ready. We are here to push the positive message to you, to transform your life, because we all know in positivity, there's always endless possibilities for us. I think our first comment is coming from Lydia. You say, I'm here, you are here. Let's lift each other up. And yes, that's the message. One way where we are pushing the positivity, it's about you, it's about me, it's about every one of us. The ability for us to spread love, to spread kindness, to spread compassion and empathy and gratitude in every day of our life. These are the key element that we are using to spread this positivity, because everyone needs love, everyone needs kindness, everyone needs compassion, everyone needs empathy. We need somebody to be there with you. And that's why in this positive community, we are always intentional about everybody. No one is allowed to be left out. No one is allowed to go through whatever it is they're going through all by themselves. We are here for you, to support you, to help you, to encourage you, to hold your hand, and to lend you our strength. Because we know that every day might not be our best days. But having people who are there to support you, who are there to encourage you, who are there to help you go through the difficult times makes it easier to overcome and bounce back and stronger. So we are so happy. We are so glad to be here. And I don't do this all by myself. I already have, my co-hosts. I call them the best team in the world, because indeed they are the best team in the world. Showing up with me here every Friday for the past and for close to 3 years now. It's not an easy feat. The consistency, the commitment, the drive, the dedication, the passion to make a positive difference. It's what drives each and every one of us. And we come together because we know that together we can do so much more to make humanity a better place. Yes, we have Paulette dropping a comment. Good day, Zion, Lydia, and Annie. Yeah, I know that Annie. I know it's Annie, Zion, Lydia, Annie. I know. Yes, Leader is making a shout out to Paulette, and Siyaka David is in the building. I've missed this house so much. So great to be back here. Oh yes, David, we've missed you as well. So good to be here. And congratulations again for celebrating your 11,000 followers on LinkedIn. That's a huge feat, a huge number, and for the amazing impact you are making, providing jobs for people all over the world. So thank you so much. Wendy is in the building. Say, good, beautiful day to all. Indeed, it's a good and beautiful day to all. For some of us, you are still in the afternoon, but for me in Nigeria, I'm around it's 12 minutes past 7 p.m. So it's already late in the evening. And for some persons, they are at the middle of the night or early hours of the morning. But wherever you are joining us from all over the world, want to say big welcome. Do not forget, keep dropping your comments so that we can know that you are here. And today's topic, it's a very interesting topic. It's something that is very engaging because I believe each and every one of us, whether you have a business or you don't have a business or you plan to have a business, marketing is very, very important. In everything you do, in the value you are providing, in the problem you are solving, having and being able to master some marketing strategy, it's very important for you to grow, to be efficient and effective in whatever it is that you do. So today we're talking about strategies to market your business. Are you a business owner? Or you're planning to own a business? You already have an existing business, or you have a value you're creating, or you want to sell, or you want to make an impact, you want to make a huge difference. Marketing is key because the more people get to hear, see, and feel what you do, the more they get to know you, to work with you, to buy from you, and want to collaborate with you. So that's why today we're talking about strategies to market your business. So before we go, we're just going to introduce ourselves. We're going to tell you about what we do because if there's one thing we do here beyond just sharing a positive message, we are also all about amplifying the voices of people, putting you out there in the front of a target audience, giving you a global stage where you can share, talk about the value you're creating, talk about the problem you're solving, and talk about the things you do. So if you want to be part of the conversation, the link to join us on StreamYard is already in the comment section where you can be part of the backstage where you can be able to share so that everybody all over the world can be able to hear your voice. We already have Dr. Dorothea Jenny said supporting from the United States. Thank you so much, Dr. Dorothea. We appreciate you so much. So good to be here. It's always a privilege to have the team, having people join us all over. Please keep dropping the comment so we can know you are here. Yes, for those who don't know me, maybe you say, who is this guy who I've been talking for some minutes now? It's okay. My name is Zion Inokia. You can see it right on the screen. You have Mr. Positive Energy. For me, I'm a man always on a mission to spread positivity to every corner of the earth. So I coach people, I mentor people on how to intentionally embrace positivity every day of their life. So in the midst of the challenging, in the midst of the overwhelming situation you are going through, you can still be able to stay positive. So if you need a coach, you need a mentor to put you on the path of embracing positivity, you can do it to reach out to me. And also, I'm an event host. I help people host their events. So you want to do an event like this, you want to share the value you are creating, you want to put yourself in the front of the target audience, you can do it to me. Let's help you host your event and help you amplify the impact that you are making. I'm always on LinkedIn. I'm on all social, but I'm more active on LinkedIn for those who want to reach out to me. Let's go on a journey of embracing positivity together. So in the meantime, I'm going to pass the mic to my co-hosts. Oh, they're already waiting. They're looking. Okay, when it's my turn, am I going to speak? All right, the hour is here. I'm going to pass the mic to Mr. Annie. No, Mr. Annie, it's someone you should know. And he's a famous expert. Call him the godfather of LinkedIn events. He used to be LinkedIn audio, but now it's not LinkedIn event, right? Because he shows up every day. He literally does events every now and then. And it's someone you need to know. Ladies and gentlemen, let's make welcome our godfather of events, Mr. Annie. Mr. Annie, all the way from the UK. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you. How are you?
I'm doing great, thank you. A lovely introduction. I'll take the Godfather of events. I'll take it. Now, the Godfather of LinkedIn audio. When we had audio, that's made my head, big enough. But I think now we've evolved. I probably do more video events than anyone else, right? And I think, it's about showing up, as you say. And our topic today, I think, represents, and I'm sure we'll come back to this point as we go along in the conversation. But for those who don't know me, Wendy, I see you as well. Welcome. Alexander, we do see you. So Wendy says, hello, Miss Lydia. So, Lydia, you can't put comments. You can. No, you can put comments as you wish, right? So thank you so much for joining us, my friends. Look, as Zion says, more of us, if you're here, say something. So we can see you're here, but we don't know who is here. I can't see your name. So do say hello. That way we can welcome you properly and show our gratitude for you being here. You giving us your time. Like I say, now I'm Eni and Eni Osung. My company is Global.media. And the mission continues, a mission to make my friend famous. Not just famous for the sake of being famous. I want to help you to sell more. Yes, that's my way of saying today's topic is in my wheelhouse. It's what interests me. It's what excites me every day. If you're using positivity in a good way to help the people that we're here to serve, and also to help ourselves. I was talking about this earlier. We have to say that ultimately many things we do in life is about transforming our lives. So I try and support my friends in that journey. Doing events like this, like Zion, I do more events than most. So, if you want help to plan your event, you want help to fill your events with your target audience, people you want to serve, if you want me to co-host, so we can do all that for you. Essentially, we just want to make the event work for you and for you to build a community around you. People who know, like, and trust you and know that they come back to you when they need you, right? So the second thing I do is help you to write your book, publish your book, and sell your book. You see behind me, there's this is our group book that's worked with Zion, Lessons We Learned from COVID over there. So there's 10 co-authors who talk about COVID stories, the pandemic stories, and how we survived. More than survived, because obviously we're thriving. So if you're looking for inspiration of how to get your life back on track, and just maybe see how other people around the world, have basically faced challenges, and then find the strength to carry on. That's what our book's about, really. So. You're welcome to check out the book. So if you need help to write your book, I've got a writing team that will help you. If you need help to publish your book, and that's my part. If you need help to sell your book, again, I can make your book a bestseller. All in all, I'll end on this. So my services tend to give my friends fame that lasts. I could have you doing TikTok dances if I wanted to, but I don't. Because that's short-term fame. Your book is going to outlive you. Your book's going to be there forever. And the events we do, the reason we do events especially is because you build a community of people who get to know you, like you, and trust you. And they will be with you for the rest of your time as well. So of course, look, this show, the real star of this show is Lydia. She's the one that brings it all together. Because until now, everyone is our head is everywhere, right? But we need calm, and there's no one else who does calm as good as Lydia. You find out why in a few minutes. Lydia, let me pass the mic to you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Eni, all the way from the UK. It is so good for us to all be here together. And I can say the same thing of Zion, because Zion is all the way from Nigeria, and I am all the way from the East Coast of the United States. And believe me, we in the United States are going to come and visit you all, because it's a little wild and woolly over here lately. But you know what? We keep a smile on our face. Why? Because we're all connected. And that's the thing that I do, is to help us take away the barriers to that connection. Is what we are and what we have, and all there is love. So I love all these hearts that you're sending. Everything is love, and barriers to love and loss of love. And we want to be here and hear that heart, that when you have that loss of love, whatever it is, you can't get to the clients that you want to serve. You can't get to, you don't feel things that are there. Everything is love. We are connected in love. And there's nothing more positive than love. Anyway, Annie was saying that the thing that I do is to get you to get all that stuff out of your head, right? Well, the thing is, all that stuff is there no matter what, right? It's all there. Well, what I do is I create containers and strategies and support you and teach you how to become calm the moment you want to do it. And so we get a little taste of that in here, because you can't speak if you're not calm. You can't be in your purpose if you're not calm. You can't connect if you're not calm. And you certainly can't heal and thrive if you're not calm. So I create those containers and those strategies for calm. And what we're going to do right now is we are going to take a moment to connect to ourselves, our breath, our heart, and just have a little peace. So I invite you to close your eyes and take a deep cleansing breath. And as you do, notice the breath as it enters your nostrils. Notice all the sensations of energy as it comes in through your nostrils, and how much warmer the air is as it exits, full of your essence and your light. You can let your breath go back to its normal pace. As you do, where is your consciousness? Allow your consciousness to float up to the back of your head. As if floating on the branch of a tree. And allow your thoughts to pass by. It's okay that they're there. Just allow them some space. And as you take your next breath, breathe it into your heart. What does your heart have to say? Does it feel soft? Do you feel tension there? and your heart love. And just accept whatever's there. Return to your breath and feel the breath entering just as a golden white light comes in from your head right at the top where the hairs grow. And the energy flows down the back of your neck, your jaw, your throat, everything softening and expanding. Feel your consciousness relaxing and your shoulders, your heart, your lungs, softening and expanding. And right down into your abdomen. Where all the energy that you don't need is pushed out to float away. All love, peace, and calm fill you now. As you take your next breath, feel the breath coming up through your feet and your toes and the bottom of your seat. Unconditional, strong support from the earth and everybody on it connected. Feel the support of the earth rise up in you. And combine with the beautiful peace and love. You are divine energy. You can tap into your energy and your calm anytime. Simply by remembering and feeling the breath and allowing the peace and the love and the support to fill you. And as you take another breath, we start to come back to the room, feeling refreshed. Everything out that doesn't serve us. And all the peace and support. Let's start to wake up now. I will count to 5. When I reach 5, you'll open your eyes, feeling alert, refreshed, and connected. 1, 2, 3, fingers tingling. 4, yawning, stretching. And 5, eyes open, alert, refreshed, and full of peace. Thank you for joining me.
All right. Thank you so much Lydia, for taking us through the meditation section. I want to say a big thank you. Guys, if you really enjoyed that section of calmness, of meditation, I want you to drop in the comment, thank you, Lydia. Let's show Lydia some love. Let's show her some appreciation because she deserves it for all she does. You know, helping us to get into the space where we can really be able to share, into the space where we can be able to express ourselves, into the space where we can be able to pour our heart out there in the world. So drop in the comment, guys, if you're here with us. Say thank you so much, Lydia. Oh, Lydia, we appreciate you. And say something nice to Lydia because she needs it. We all need encouragement because the more we are encouraged, the more we are going to do much more better. So yes, I can see Mr. Any there already. Thank you, Lydia, for yes, thank you so much. I think I've dropped in a comment too. Thank you, Lydia. We appreciate you. Keep dropping the comment. Let's show Lydia some love because there's one thing we do here, it's we celebrate ourselves because we are the superstars. We are the celebrities of our life. So Lydia is my celebrity, Annie is my celebrity, Paulette is my celebrity. Everyone here, you are our celebrity. So we don't have to look out there to look out for persons who have millions of followers. Our friends, our families are our celebrity. That's how we take our time to appreciate them. Yes, address a beautiful meditation. Thank you so much. Wow, thank you. I know we cannot go through the comments. More comments are coming in. Family Pop from Team Replay. For some persons, they are shy to drop in a comment. I don't know why they are shy, but it's okay. Drop in a comment so we can know you are here. But before we go for that, thank you so much, Lydia. We are just going to appreciate some persons who have already dropped a comment and who are joining us here already. Sharon is in the building. Sharon, we see you. Thank you so much for joining us. Say, I'm in West Valley, Phoenix. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Yes, Suzanne says, I'm grateful to be here. I've missed the show. Whoa, we missed you too, Suzanne. Glad to be here. Mr. Alexander, thank you so much, sir, for being here. Thank you so much for your amazing support. Also great to see you. And Mr. Kenneth is in the building. Mr. Kenneth birthday was this week. Yes, it was this week. We see you. It said Zion, savor the flavor of the awesomeness in you, sir, for sharing your beautifully well articulated, eloquently stated aspects of wisdom, kindness, goodness, patience, encouragement, empathy, understanding, sincerity, perseverance, knowledge, honesty, love, hope, courage, tenacity, awesomeness, caring, positivity, compassion, passion, inspiration, resilience, respect, appreciation, gratitude, enthusiasm, guidance, motivation. Support, my friend. Indeed, thank you so much, Mr. Kenneth. Whenever I read through your comment in whatever in anywhere I find myself. I'm always excited. It gets me all smile. I can feel the energy, the excitement, and also I could feel that your big smile from every of the comments you make. So thank you so much, Mr. Kenneth, and happy birthday once again. We appreciate you. Susan said, I've really missed for 2 Fridays. Things has oh, it's okay, Susan. No matter how things has been for you, for the fact that you are here, I tell you, it's going to be a great weekend and a great week for you. So it's always good to have you here. Yes, Mr. David said, thank you so much, Lydia, for your awesome job. We appreciate you. Yeah, Mr. Kenneth is also saying, Lydia, thank you so much for sharing your beautifully well articulated, eloquently stated heartfelt thought of positivity, inspiration, motivation, and happiness, and your support. We appreciate you. Yes, Dr. Dorothea is saying, thank you, Lydia. You are a blessing. That's huge. That's huge. Indeed, she's a big blessing to each and every one of us. And Lydia, we appreciate you for all you do. Yes, guys, you know how we do it. If you want to be part of the conversation, feel free. Do not waste time. Let me tell you, in this space, it's a space where everyone is seen, it's a space where everyone is heard, it's a space where everyone is important. So it doesn't matter if you're shy, maybe you're not used to the screen, you don't want to show your face on cam, it's okay. You can just come on stage, let us hear your voice. As long as we can hear you, we are good to go. So feel free to come in. Like I said, it doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter where you're from, it doesn't matter what life has been to you. In this space, everyone is important, everyone is seen, everyone is able. So feel free to be part of the gist today. It's a gist because I believe it's a good conversation that everyone has a good contribution on. Like I said, strategies to market your business. It's for me, it's a very powerful one, and I believe that in this time and season, it's something that we really need to understand when it comes to marketing strategy. Everyone, there's so many nuggets that are going to be shared today. I believe
Uh-oh.
I have a feeling something drastic happened. Hopefully Zion will come back, in a few minutes. He might have to restart his device. But this is tech for you, right? Tech happens. Tech happens to us. Yeah, it doesn't mean the end of play, right? It doesn't mean we have to stop everything. I think today's topic is a very important one because I think positivity is it's a way of being, but the way we leverage it is to apply it in different aspects of our lives, right? That's why I see it. There's no point in having positivity without a goal. There's no point in having positivity without an aim, because that's like driving down the road, not knowing where you're going, no destination. Now, positivity only becomes something important when we leverage it to achieve our goals. And I guess in the world of business, marketing is one thing that we all have to do. Yeah, I guess we live in this strange world where some people feel guilty to talk about marketing. We feel guilty at the idea of selling our services. We feel guilty at the idea of making money. We feel guilty at promoting ourselves. Look, there's nothing more positive for your business than embracing the realities and maybe even the challenge that marketing is, right? So if we're going to talk about positivity in marketing, my friends, the first thing to do is to have a clear objective. Positivity is about being intentional in making a positive impact and helping others. And everyone here who provides a service, whether as an employee or as a business owner themselves, it's all about making a difference in people's lives, helping people in a good way, right? Marketing has to be something that you embrace because is the only way you're going to get people to know you, like you, and trust you. It's like you can't feel guilty about marketing. You can't feel. And there's always this conversation around, but I don't need to make money. I'm not interested in money. I want to help people. Let me try that again, my friends. With no money, your business will not survive. You don't make money. If you don't serve people, your business will not survive. So you can't help anyone anywhere, right? So embrace the idea of making money, because you only make money when you serve people, when you make a difference in people's lives. Yeah, now take that in. People only pay us when we make a difference to their lives. So embrace the idea of making money. Embrace it, because the money is not the thing. The thing is the service you provide. The money is a reward for your success. Having money is not success in itself. The money comes when you are successful, when you help people. So don't be fooled by that. Oh, I don't want to make money mentality. You want to make money because you want to really help people and change their lives. When you do that, the money will come. So that's the person I want to say today. I guess, look, when it comes to marketing, there's so many different things we could do. So many. Do you do events? Do you do social media? Do you do ads? Do you make your websites your priority? Do you do emails? There's many things you can even go and stand in the street corner and wear a sandwich board. You could do many things, right? So many people are just afraid of anything I've just said. It's like, nah, I'm not doing any of that stuff. I don't want to be seen. I don't want to be heard. So get rid of your negativity about marketing, my friends. Embrace it for what it is. It's your tool to really get your product, your service in people's hands, people who need you the most, right? Then embrace what you have to do, and look forward to marketing, and aim to enjoy it. So that's the first thing. Get rid of the fear around marketing. It's in your head. It's not true. In the word of positivity, we have clear goals and we have an attitude towards everything, because it's the way we are. The attitude is simply seeing the benefits, the way that what we do can help people. Now, marketing can help. It's the only way you're gonna help more people. So take it for what it is, right? And so let's now say, many people will tell you that doesn't work. That doesn't work. Email doesn't work. Social media doesn't work. Ads don't work. Nothing works. LinkedIn doesn't work. All right, don't believe that. Look, truly, don't believe that. Don't believe a word of it. It's the other way around. Looking at it from a positivity perspective, everything works if you apply positivity. In other words, to apply positivity means, first of all, you commit to the method that you're going to use. Commit to it means you believe in it. Commit to it means you believe that you're going to make it work. You're going to do what it takes. That means you're going to learn to do what it takes. That means you're going to do it consistently. You're going to keep improving. And then you're going to keep learning. So when you do that, you find everything works. Because I'm not saying it works because it's easy. Far from it. It works because of the things I just said. Consistency, and also learning how to make it work. So I'm a marketer, so I've done most of the things that I know we can do. Even events like this, I'm sure you go to some rooms, you think, there's no one there. Which, all right, but let's you have to look at the circumstance, my friend. Some people are just starting off, right? And like all things in life, with a positive mindset, I guess you get to realize there's some learning to do. You have to learn the basics and then learn the real fine tricks, the fine skills. You know, I say for like this sort of events, you know, we've been doing this for 3.5 years, so we can tell you, show up consistently, invite people, invite speakers, and do that extra step that no one wants to do. Make friends, real friends. Lydia mentioned love earlier. You know that it's not in a vacuum. Now, Lydia mentioned love and divine that we're divinely gifted. These are all part of the conversation around positivity and marketing. I tell you why. You know, if you don't believe you have a unique, you know, a divine gift, an ability, something that people need, why would they come and buy it from you? You know, you have to truly believe you have that divine gift. That becomes your ultimate goal, to deliver your gift to more people, right? You know, and so again, when we're quieting our mind, when we meditate, it's not in a vacuum. There's a reason for it. You know, it's about listening to what we have to hear from our soul about what we need to do. You know, and so we see this every day. So this happens to us every day. And I was coming back from somewhere, and I was thinking, oh, I'm doing, my business is terrible. Now, LinkedIn is not working anymore. And I suddenly got this message in my head. Oh, Annie, do email. Do email marketing instead. I thought, okay, let me try that. No, but then I know what it means. That's numbers, right? But then, no, so in meditating, events suddenly came into my head as the way to be. And that's what I've been doing ever since, right? You know, it's about listening to our soul, listen to our mind to find how we move forward. But we must carry on learning, we must carry on delivering, we must carry on, you know, making a difference to people's lives. When you do that, let me tell you, every technique, every marketing method works. You know, of course, you know, you'll have to figure out what works where and what works how. That's positivity, really. That's where the gap is between those who say it doesn't work and those who walk away and fail. Let me leave that for now. I'll pass the mic back to you, Zion. I see you're here. Welcome back, my friend. Glad you're here.
And I was just speaking, and boom, I saw myself. I was, oh my God, I'm like, wow, the internet happened. But then it's so good to be back to continue the conversation. And Mr. Edding, I must tell you, spot on for the amazing shares you've got into us today, because that's something that people really need to know. You know, approaching marketing with a positive mindset is very, very important. And one of the major defeat that most people have, it does not work. People believe it does not work. But the truth is, the same thing you think it's not working, other persons are making good use of it. It's not magic. There's something they know that you don't know, that they're taking advantage of, that you too have to take advantage of. So it's very important. And that's how we are sharing this message today on the different strategy where we can be able to market your business. And guys, you can do what to come in. You want to chime in, you want to share your 2 cents and be part of the conversation, feel free to be here. You know, for me, in marketing strategy, if there's one thing I've observed, you know, in building my brand, in working with people, it's one thing I always look for. It's what message are you passing across? What's your message? As an individual, as a business, as a person, you want to sell, you want to be visible, you want people to know you. My question will always be, what's your message? What kind of message are you putting out there? Now, I was talking to somebody and I asked him, if you had to tell yourself the same thing, the same marketing you are using, if you had to tell yourself, will you buy from yourself? Now, it was a very funny question, because this is something people need to know. If you are sharing the same message with yourself, will you be convinced enough to say, okay, let me see what you're selling, let me buy from you? That's why our message should be very, very important. As an individual, as a business, what kind of message are you putting out there concerning your business, to market your business? You know, the kind of message that creates value is very, very important. Your message should be tailored towards creating value for people. When people listen to you, when people hear about your business, when people hear about the services you're providing, they should receive value. They should be more knowledgeable. They should be better off than they met you. Why? Because your message is very powerful. A message that inspires people. a message that gives people hope, a message that solves people's problem and meets people at the very point of their needs. This kind of message is very powerful when it comes to marketing. People want to hear you or hear about your business, hear about what you do, and then seeing that their needs have been met, seeing that their problems have been solved. For most people, we just talk and talk. It's not about talking. The question is, what message are you talking about? What message are you passing across? What value are people getting when they hear you talk about your business? When they hear you talk about your brand? What solution are you bringing? Because we live in a world where there are so many problems. So your business and your business message should be tailored towards sorting out a particular problem. So one of the major strategies that for me I'm using, I will always encourage people to use is craft out a good message. A message that when people hear you about your business, they are curious. They want to know more because they know that you are not just talking, you are meeting their needs. You are solving their problem. I think that I will end there. One of another strategy for me that I've used that has really helped me is tell a story. I talk about a message. Do not allow your message be boring. Tell a story. Let people have fun listening to you. Let people enjoy themselves. There's some persons can just talk and talk and talk, and it gets boring. And because it gets boring, nobody wants to listen. Nobody wants to hear you out. They'll be like, "Oh, you've come again." But then, when you are pushing the message of your business, of your brand out there, let people be able to hear you and enjoy themselves. That's why there is no better way to share your vision, your mission, talk about your business by telling stories. Tell stories. You can tell a story of a challenge you overcame. You can share a story of how you solve somebody's problem. You can share a story of what you are doing. You can share a story that people can actually resonate with. Person share a story of AI, a story that AI have crafted for them. It can be good. By the end of the day, people cannot actually resonate with such stories. But have fresh stories, rich stories that people can resonate with, can go a long way to make people to be curious and they really, really want to know about your business and collaborate with you. And when it comes to story sharing, there are many ways to do it, and that's why we already have social media. Social media has made it very much more easier for us. Like what we are doing here now on LinkedIn, we are talking about, we are sharing ideas, we are giving value, and people are joining in from all over the world. I'm in Nigeria, Annie is in the UK, Lydia and Paulette are from the US. But here we are on the same stage using the social media platform to be able to get out there. So you want to share your message, gone are the days you go from house to house or from mat to mat. By putting yourself in stages like this, you can be able to share your story. And another point I will always ask people is, who are your target audience and where are they? It's not about sharing your message and telling story. You must be able to look out for your target audience. For some persons, the people you are targeting might not necessarily be on LinkedIn. They might be somewhere else. Or for some, they're on LinkedIn, they might be on other social media. So the ability for you to know your target audience, who do you want to settle? Who do you want to work with? Who do you want to collaborate with? You'll be able to define those boundaries to know who are your target audience and where you can find them. By this, it makes your marketing very effective and efficient. Imagine you are selling something you want to sell to the people in the medical field. What do? You look out for persons in the medical field and say to them. We have to be able to define this boundary because most people do marketing and they are everywhere. You cannot be everywhere because not everybody needs what you're selling. Not everybody wants to hear what you're saying. The ability for you to tailor your message to your target audience in a specific place or location, it's very key and very important when it comes to marketing your business. The next point is networking. For me, I think somebody mentioned about this earlier. I think Mr. Alexander spoke about networking earlier. For most people, you want to market your business, you want to share your brand, but nobody knows about you. You are not willing to network, you're not willing to know people. If there's one thing I've learned in my journey as an entrepreneur, everything revolves around people. It's about who you know and who knows you. It's about who are your friends, who are in your cycle, people? Do you know who are your connections? So these are very, very important. If you want to market your business, embracing the power of networking, it's very important. And social media has made it so much easier that you don't necessarily have to leave your house to network. There are many networking events going on online. This event that we do here every Friday is also a talking event. For persons, you get to connect with people, you get to collaborate. There are many persons I met on this event, which we have collaborated, we've worked together, we are doing things together. Why? Because we intentionally embrace the power of networking. Network, know people, be intentional about people. And I will always say this: when you're intentional about people, people will be also intentional about you too. As much as you want to market your business, as much as you want to put your business out there, also be interested in other people's business. Annie has a business, Lydia has a business, Paulette has a business, Zion has a business. Look out for a way to support other people. And as you begin to support people in their business, in helping them, in creating value for them, they too, they will also want to support your business. They will also want to help make you grow. Take, for example, Annie help people to publish their books. I'm not a publisher, but I might have a friend who wants to publish his book or a book. I'm like, you know what? I have a friend who does this. I have a friend who does this. So like that, referrals can come in when we begin to network. And lastly, I will end with this. If there's one thing I've learned, is consistency builds credibility. Most people want to market their business, but they just do it once and that's all there is. No, there is need for consistency. There is need for commitment. If it means you doing it again and again and again and again, let people know you, like you, and trust you over time. And I tell you, they want to buy from you. They want to really know what you're doing. Because by the time you are consistent, people know, oh, this person, I've seen this person again and again and again. Okay, let me really know what this person is doing. So that's why, beyond just being consistent, having your message from the beginning is very key. It's very important. So there's so much to share, I tell you, when it comes to networking, because this is something that people really need to know. It's an awareness that we need to bring, because we know that many persons have business. You have things that you are doing, but then you're not making sales, you're not getting clients, nobody knows what you're doing. But being able to attend events like this, to hear deep insight, can just make a huge difference, to allow you to employ some strategy that can make a huge difference in your business every day. So I think that would be that for me. I'm sure we're so much ready to hear more. And Lydia, I'll pass it back to you. So I don't know if you've spoken before. Have you? No. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, let's make welcome Lydia, even as she shared with us at thought as well.
Thank you, Zion. No, you disappeared, and then it was all about Annie. And I want to answer something that Annie said, and he kind of answered himself. But he said, you must embrace marketing. You must get over yourself. You must, right? And it's like something that you've heard me say before. Nobody who was told to be calm ever calmed down. Just be calm. It tends to rile you up. And so I could just hear the people in the audience saying, but how, Annie? How? And then Zion talked about this. There's not one right way. That's the thing. There's not. If you look at all of this doesn't work and that doesn't work and the other thing doesn't work that Annie was saying, and then you listen to try my strategy, do this thing, do that thing, you first have to go in and say, what is in my heart? That's why we connect to our hearts at the beginning of these things. There is nothing shameful about money. There's nothing shameful about selling, because if there is, then there's something shameful about serving. And ask yourself, is there anything shameful about serving? This is how we are connecting meaningfully. And the whole idea of a marketplace is a very ancient one, very, very ancient, very human. It is where we connected. It's where we healed. It's where we got our sustenance. It's where we got the things that we needed to for our livestock, for our fires, for our businesses. We have always been in marketplaces, and the only way we can find what we need is if we show up at the marketplace. We have to show up at the marketplace. And that can be hard, because in your heart, you may say, but I am just vibrating with all my little soul, and that is, and people have to come to me because I'm shy. And I hear you. I hear you. But and you've got it almost there. Like, yes, vibrate with everything in your little soul. And your soul is not little. I'm making a statement here. Your soul isn't little at all. What is it that you really want to provide? What can you say in 1 or 2 words? What does your heart say in 1 or 2 words? That is why you are here. That is your marketing. That is when you show up in the market, you are here to say, I can help you with this. And if your messaging is a little slow or a little off because speaking isn't your best thing or writing isn't your best thing, then you can say, I don't know what it is that I need to say to do this, but I need to say this, and somebody will help you. But you have to put it out there. You have to show up in the market. And the market, just back to that same thing. The market is love. You are love. You are looking for love. You are looking for love in food. You are looking for love in solutions. You are looking for love in ways to heal your family. You are looking for love, and you are trying to take away the barriers to it. When you're on the market and you are selling something, you are selling ways to take down the barriers to love. Here is how we will get you to move to the house of your dreams. Here is the place that we will get you to heal your pets, to feed them better food. Here is how you'll bring flowers into your life. It doesn't matter what it is. It's all removing barriers to love. So connect to your heart and look at what your message is that you are providing. What is the thing that you are, and you might only be 2 steps ahead of anyone else on getting that thing to them. So what are your steps that you took to get to that place? These are the things that you bring to the market, and you won't ever have a message that is true to you until you find what that message is that's in your heart and bring it out. So yes, to everything that Annie said, yeah, you do have to embrace marketing. You have to embrace the market. But how? Connect to your heart. I love you all. I'm going to turn it back to Zion. I'm pretty sure Paulette has been in the house for a minute now. And so I want to hear what she has to say. Zion, let's get Paulette on here.
Yeah. Before we bring Paulette in, and Lydia, that was so profound. Thank you so much. You said we need to embrace the markets, and that's spot on. And how do we embrace the market? Embrace the market with your heart. It's important to bring our heart into the market. That's where we get to understand that it's people before profits. You have to value people. You have to love people, because at the end of the day, you are selling to people, you are buying to people. It's all about people. So it's only when you bring your heart to embrace the market, that's when you truly understand that whatever it is that we are doing, it's all about people. People are the center of it all. So valuing people, prioritizing people, making people important, it's very key when it comes to marketing and embracing the market. So thank you so much, Lydia. Without wasting much time, we're going to bring our amazing friend in the building, Paulette. Paulette, thank you so much for your patience and for joining us. We appreciate you.
Hello. I enjoyed Annie. I enjoyed Lydia and Zion. And everything you guys had to say, I took plenty of notes. Thank you so much. But as Lydia said, with love, lead with love, but you have to market yourself. You can have all kind of coaches, all kind of environment, but you have to watch yourself. Do you really believe in what you're selling? Do you really believe in what you're doing? And if you don't really believe it, it's not going to go anywhere. I met with a young man the other day, and he had negative cash flow. He felt so relieved. He says, "I'm surprised you're meeting with me." And I said, "Well, first of all, we have to eliminate that debt so you can have some cash flow. And I'm going to show you how we're going to do it." So it doesn't have to be the very rich, but we're trying to help everyone. So I want to address something. How do you stay positive in a negative environment? I'm normally positive all the time. And people know I'm really positive. So what the enemy does is come and attack my positivity. And so I have to do extra things to stay positive. One is affirmations by Joel Osteen. I am blessed, I'm prosperous, I'm forgiving, I'm healthy. I have all these confirmations that I read to keep me going. But then at the same thing, when something get really heavy, I have to find a way to get moving around. It's not just in the mind. Sometimes it's physical because you're negative. Somebody's throwing negative darts at you and you have to get going. You have to fight. You have to fight it off. And so I was watching Instagram and this lady had this video on throw your back into it. I mean, I never listened to this kind of music, but this lady was really getting down, okay? And I thought, well, let me start getting my body. Let me start moving around. So I put on some oldies and I started doing the dance. My dog thought I was crazy. I'm normally dancing to church music, but I put these oldies but goodies songs on, and I can't believe it, but I remember all the songs way back when I was like 6, 7, 8 years old. I'm doing the dances. I'm doing my affirmation. I'm reading my Bible. I'm trying to stay positive, eliminating negative people from around me. That's the key. When you are a pillar and you're lifting the environment for millions of people around you, negative people know about it and they come to you and drain your energy. You have to be aware of that. And some of them are even your relatives. You got to remember, this is your business. It's not their business. So some people feel that because you have a business, you are available at all times. As someone said about, Lydia said about the barriers, you have to say no. You have to say, I'm not available at this time. Because people would drain all your energy. So you spend all this time building yourself, being positive, and someone come and rain on your parade. You have to let the water run off your back, not take it personal, and continue with your business. Because if you do all this marketing, someone calls you up or you get a notification by email or whatever, and if you're not positive and they brought in that projection of negativity on you, it sets a false impression of who you are. So love yourself enough to love and caring for yourself first, and others will follow you. So that's all I have to say. Stay positive. Don't let negative people bring you down. Thank you so much for allowing me to speak today.
No, so no, thank you, Paulette. No, it is. Yeah, I mean, everything everyone said, it makes perfect sense to me. So, Lydia was profound. It does start in your heart, and I guess we haven't given people any formula, Lydia. We haven't said do what I do, sort of thing, right? I think it's getting your head around the concept, which Paulette just alluded to as well. This marketing and as anything to do with positivity is having that belief in yourself. But it's listening to your heart, listen to your soul, because now let's face it. What works today may not work tomorrow. What's right for you today may not be right for you tomorrow. But that doesn't mean you failed. It doesn't mean you got it wrong. It just means that you had to learn a better way, a different way to do what, to impact the people you want to impact. That's what this comes down to, right? I think, but it's about learning to listen to our soul. Our soul will tell us what the answer is. Again, if you're thinking, what's it talking about? It's just waffling. What? No, I'm not really. No. So that when I started in marketing years ago, right? And when I started marketing 10 years ago, I would have shown up and said to you, oh, okay, I do websites, I do email, I do social media, I do all the things that you need me to do for you. Yes, I still do most of those things today. What's changed is how I package them, it's how I tell you what I do. Because people were not hearing when I was saying all those, when I was just mentioning marketing methods and say, I can do those for you. I tell you what, they weren't listening. And it dawned on me one day again when I quieted my mind enough to say, okay, what is really going on here? What can I do differently? What can I do better? How can I impact more people? And then the message comes, you're not speaking the language. You're not talking about what they want. You think they want social media. That's not what they want. What people want is fame. They want to be well known, trusted, the go-to people for what you do, whatever that is, right? That's what people really want. And that's why you hear me say things that make you famous, because that is I haven't really changed. I've just changed the messaging to get more impact and more response. That's business for everyone, right? That's in marketing. So what I do today may be right for today, but tomorrow is a different day. Lydia, please, I give you the mic. I know were you going to say something, Lydia? Okay, and I say again, say don't be scared to change. Don't be scared to move. And sometimes that thing that comes to your heart about what you need to do, a lot of it comes from learning. You have to learn and be willing to learn some more. Nothing in life is easy, and nothing in life is quick. Don't we wish it was? Don't we wish everything was easy, right? If I just do some ads, they'll click, they'll buy, I'll be rich. It doesn't work like that. Even I have to learn how ads really work, how ads work for these clients, for this target audience, for this product, for this service. And then, you learn, and then you go and re-strategize, and you come again. Now, that's what positivity really means. But now, all the while, as Paulette said, you believe in yourself. You believe in your solution. And also, I think you also have to believe in your target audience, the people you're here to serve. They're not stupid. They just don't know you enough to want to buy from you today. So it's rather than saying it's their fault. Oh, no one buys from me. They never respond to whatever I do. That's not the problem. The problem is that you're not speaking their language. You're not talking about the problem the way they see it. Your solution is not designed in the way they get. But these are all things that will come to you because you stick to your solution. You stick to what you know the answer is. You don't suddenly turn around and go, oh, no one buying it. Oh, well, I'm going to change now. I'm going to do something. No, it doesn't work like that. You stick at it. You're consistent. You're disciplined. You're determined. You're persistent. And you're that. That's marketing, really. You know, it said, I know Zions who want to help anyone to apply these principles in reality. Yeah, so Zion, I'll give you the mic because I'd love to know how you help people to apply these principles in their business and in their lives as a whole.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Any. Like Paulette said, my notepad is also filled. I'm writing, I'm learning, I'm just, absorbing the deep insight that we are sharing today. And I must say, there's something profound you said, Mr. Any, that it might not work at the beginning. That's the truth. For the fact you've gotten you think you've gotten a strategy, it might not work at the beginning. But there's something that we've learned, that we've experienced from, it's that consistency is key. And that's why I love it when Paulette said, believe. Most people do not believe in themselves. I read a book, it says you can never achieve above your beliefs. It is the level of belief that you have that you can achieve. So you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in the marketing strategy. Then it works. It is because you believe in it, that's what will make you try again and again and again. And like Mr. Ennie said, we adapt. Yeah, it might not be in the way you started it to be, but as time goes on, you will grow, you will evolve, you will know better from the mistakes you made. And from the mistakes, from what you've learned, you begin to adjust your principles to be able to apply them in our everyday life. No, it's been a wonderful conversation so far, and applying these strategies, we have to be very intentional. We said so many things. Oh, it has to be from your heart. You have to do this. You have to network. You have to build relationship. You have to believe. But one thing is, you have to be intentional. By intentionality, asking yourself deep questions. What do you really want? What do you really want? And it boils down from intentionality. The ability for you to say, okay, gone are the days I'm thinking I'm accumulating ideas. What are the action plan? What can I do next? Because everything we are saying today, without you taking action, it will not apply to you. It's not just about listening and then going back to who you used to be. It's all about listening, learning, and taking necessary action to apply them into your life. And remember, we spoke about networking earlier. For most people, you might not have money for ads. You might not have money to do so much marketing, but you can start somewhere. Start from where you are. And how can you start? By building your network, building relationship with people. I'm going to share with you, when I came newly on the online space, I think Mr. Emmy could tell from there, I was very naive, I was very young, I was very raw. In fact, I knew nobody. I came in as a total stranger on the LinkedIn space, having less than 100 followers, trying to find my way through all this. What did I do? I was very intentional about building my network. I think somebody said in the comment section earlier that spoke about empathy. Empathy for people can be able to improve your business and make your business, great. And I think this is something I did too. I was, as much as I was building relationship, I was expanding my network. I was very intentional about people. I tell you, the people you are making friends with right now, you are getting closer to, you're having conversation. At the beginning, they might not have an opportunity for you. At the beginning, they might not want to buy from you. At the beginning, the collaboration might not be there. The partnership might not be there. But I tell you, as time goes on, when people know you better, trust you better, the possibilities that you are thinking will all comfort. That's why I love saying that in positivity, there is endless possibilities. When you approach it with a positive mindset, building relationship, crafting the message, and reaching out to your target audience, there's so much possibilities that can come in from these things. And that's why having people in your cycle, for me, I do not joke with having a community. I don't joke with it. Having people in your cycle, somebody in the community that will know somebody that needs your service. Somebody in the community knows somebody that needs the solution that you're providing. So the person directly might not need your services. The person directly might not need what you are offering right now. But then In the long run, they might personally need it, but instantly they have somebody that needs it. That's why we have to keep building. Don't get tired of building because the world is evolving, the world is getting bigger. But if there's one thing that is constant in the evolving technology, in the things that are evolving, it's you and I. Humanity remain constant. Humanity keep existing. And let me tell you, I love it when Lydia spoke about love earlier. We can never get enough of love. I tell you, we can never get enough of it. It's inexhaustible because wherever you find people, wherever you find anybody, business owner, everybody needs love. Everybody needs attention. Everybody needs to be feel valued. Everybody needs that feeling of importance. And the ability for you to make people feel like that through the power of networking, through the power of building relationship and getting to know people better, it goes a long way to make a huge difference and help you to market your business very well. You know, there's something that Annie will always say then. He said, you don't know who you might help or who might help you. And it's very true. When you come on stages like this, you don't know who you might be impacting. You don't know who might be listening to you, that their life are changing. That's why I will always encourage people to come up on stage to share, to come up on stage to be part of the conversation. Because if there's one thing I believe is what you have to share today has the power to make a huge difference. What you have to share today has the power to become a catalyst that can change people's life. It's something that somebody needs to hear, that can give them hope, that can give them faith, and that can change their life for good. And that's why marketing should not stop. Don't say, oh, I did marketing yesterday, I'm not going to do today. No, it's continuous. It's a journey. It's never a destination. The more you market, the more you should market. Why? Because the person who heard it today might not be the same person who will hear it tomorrow. So as the message spread further, as you keep spreading your message, different persons are going to hear it. Different businesses are going to be informed. Different businesses are going to be aware. Now, if you look at the big brands we have today, take for example Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Nike, Adidas. They are big brands already. But if there's something I've observed about them, every day you see them keep marketing their products. They will never tell you, oh, because we made a huge profit last year, so this year we're not marketing. No, they keep marketing. It shows you that there is never an apex of marketing. There is never a point of I've arrived, oh, I don't have to market. You have to do it. We're sharing this because we know that people need this awareness. They need this wake-up call. Because for some persons, you are going into entrepreneurship, you are a startup business, you are starting something small, and you need more people to know about you. You need more people to know about your services. There is need for you to put into practice, to put into action the deep insight I've shared today. Be intentional about making sure that you are putting action and putting yourself out there. Because at the end of the day, when nobody knows about you, nobody will buy from you. People only buy from you because they know about you. They've seen you, you are trusted, you have been tested, and people have testimonial about you, about doing business with you, and they know that you are truly providing the solution. Because I've seen a case where people say what they want to say, but at the end of the day, what they are saying does not really align with the end product of their services. So say what you can do and do what you say. It's very, very important. Don't say I will do X, Y, Z. And at the end of the day, you cannot do it. At the end of the day, the expectations are not being met. So as much as you are saying what you're saying, make sure that your action align with what you're saying. So do what you say you will do, because it's very important when it comes to, not just marketing. Because one thing I always say about having clients or selling, it's not just about sale, a one sale. It's about consistent sales. And the only way you can make consistent sales, or you can make people buy from you more, is when you have been tested, you have been proven, and they can trust you. Only that there can be continuity. Oh, Paula said she will do X, Y, Z, and she did it. That's a testimonial. That goes a long way to say, wow, she's a person of her word. She said what she wants to do. And these are things that people look out for. By being yourself, by being honest, by being truthful to your word, doing what you said you would do. And I tell you, a lot of people are, come in. You might be starting small now, and you might be thinking, oh, what can I do? I tell you, if you can be able to apply these principles that we share with you, we're not saying this is all there is, but from our experience, this has helped us when it comes to our business. And we believe that it can help you too. And you applying them can go a long way to make a huge difference in the world. So before we round up, I know we're already 4 minutes to the closing of time. I'll just pass the mic over if anybody had the last word so we can be able to round up the event for today. Let me go to Lydia, then Paulette, and then Enian so we can be able to, share our last thought and then, round up the event.
Thank you, Zion. The answer is always there when we open to it. But you know what Annie was saying, that about ease. I believe that humans, we want ease and flow. We have an idea that comes in via a big cultural story, and you all know what some of these cultural stories are, that sometimes you say, is that true? And that's that we have to work hard. And working hard is not actually the answer. Working in alignment, like Zion was saying, there's the answer. You have the path of ease and flow inside of you right now. You have to tap into it. Be the solution because you are the solution. Be the love because you are the love. Tap into the source because you are part of the source. You are divine. Tap into it. You've got everything you need. And when you have the darkness and the sadness in your heart, remember that it's really hard to see, but you are the light. Remember that light. Remember the love, open to it, and take that path of ease and flow. Not the ones that come in the snake oil and the ones that come in your messages sometimes, and you say, you know what, this doesn't seem quite right, but I'm really polite, so I'm going to answer this person. Hey, but bless you, answer the person, but say, hey, I've got this. The answer is in my heart. If you feel like one of those things that comes into your DMs is actually something divine, something that you asked for, then you're probably right. It's all in you. So yes, we do want ease, and we can have ease, Annie. We can have it. Thank you, all of you, for being here. We love you so much, and we're all here making a difference. Annie, back to you.
Awesome, Lydia. We can work. We achieve more when we work with that ease, fun, and flow that you mentioned, Lydia. We can work with ease, fun, and flow. Hard work. Work is necessary. Putting effort in is necessary. It doesn't have to be miserable. It doesn't have to be a pain, right? We say we can find that sweet spot. The word flow just means that we get into a rhythm, and it's like a water flowing through a river effortlessly. Doesn't mean that the water doesn't hit rocks and barriers. It still flows around it, right? That's the same. That's what we're trying to explain in terms of what hard and ease looks like. And that's what work really is. It is finding that flow that we can all have. And so when we do that, work is easy. So it's almost effortless. That thing they say about, if you're doing what you love, you never have to work it another day in your life. That's what that really applies to, right? And when Lydia mentions love, it's easy to underestimate what that really means. So I learned when I was a kid, when I write something, I used to write advice guides for managers. So when I write something, I tend to have to live by it. And my thing was love your customers above all else. Love your customers. And if you love your customers, you will find a solution for them. That's where love starts. And if you love your team, then you show them the way and you give them what they need to make the difference that you want them to make to your customers that you love so much. You know, see, there is the opposite way. I want to give you the mic, Paulette. There's the opposite way, my friends. It's called run your business with fear. Run your business with anxiety. Then you see nothing works, right? Because everything is scary and nothing ever works. You know, if you don't believe it's going to work, if you don't believe in yourself, Paulette mentioned this earlier, then nothing's going to work. Again, I go back to that saying, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. You choose. You know, that's what this conversation really is. And then positivity, anything's possible, especially the results you want is more than possible. That's what's going to come when you truly have true positivity in your heart. Paulette, let me give the mic to you. Then I'll do some of the comments, and then we can call it a day.
Okay, thank you so much, Annie. Annie, will be very short. Zion mentioned something earlier about being a mentor, coach, and for anyone that need help or feel they want help to reach out to him. I've watched him for years, and he's always positive. Even through some really hard times, I've spoken to him in private. He was still positive. And so I thank you for that, Zion. But this is what I want you guys to realize today. If you feel good, you do good. And everybody's going to know about it. So whatever you have to do to get to that space, whether it's prayer, affirmation, coaching, dancing, whatever you have to do to get there, you got to get there. And we're here to help you get there. And that's all I have to say. Have a nice weekend.
That beautifully said, Paulette. Beautifully said. Thank you so much. Go on, Mrs. A.
Thank you so much for that conversation. You know, that's why we do what we do. And that's why every day I keep reminding people that at the end of the day, whatever it is that you're doing, whether it's business or finances, make sure that people is at the heart of everything you do. So I would say keep spreading the love, the kindness, the compassion, the kindness, because you don't know who might need it. From my experience in working with people over the years, people are going through so much. People are going through a lot. We're living in a time where people are going through tough times that they might not be fully be able to put in words and tell you how they feel. But your action of kindness, your action of love can go a long way to make a huge difference in their life. And that's what our positive message is all about, to inspire people, to motivate people, to encourage people, to give them faith and hope, to keep living their life every day. Because at the end of the day, we might not be our best every day. There's some days you wake up, you don't feel like it. There's some days you wake up, you don't want to leave the bed that day. You're like, no, today I'm not going out of this bed. But then having people in your corner, in your cycle to encourage you, to support you, to hold your hands, to tell you it's okay to feel tired, it's okay to feel the way you're feeling, but you are never alone, goes a long way. And that's how we are building this positive community, bringing people from all over the world to a space where we can feel important, we can feel great, we can feel valued. So if you're out there, you are joining us live or you'll be joining Team Replay, I just want to encourage you that no matter what you are going through right now, you are not alone. Reach out. We are here to help you. We are here to support you. We are here to lend you our strength to help you become a better version of yourself, not just for one day, but every day of your life, embracing positivity intentionally. So I want to say a big thank you to everyone who have joined us today. We appreciate you. And I'll pass the mic to Mr. Eni, even as he shouts people out from the comment section.
Thank you so much, Mr. I say it's so true. No, so Mike, I agree with you. Mike says, I entered into the present, allowing space to collapse into the now. So being in the present, right? And and when his technique is simply to apply intention and attention. That's what we're trying to. That's what Lydia was explaining, in terms of listening to hear, to what's in your soul, and working with that. And I say nothing. Life is so easy when we listen, when we learn to listen to ourselves. Mike, I think you say it so well here as well, Mike. Stop trying so hard. Just be. Become the best version of yourself. Discover the value of you. I tell you, and that is it. That's the answer right there, right? You see, from there we learn. From there we become the better version that we need to be. Again, authenticity will win the day. You see, some people will say to you, "I don't really want authenticity." Because people have different definitions, right? Authenticity simply means be yourself. Be your real self. I say, it means be your real self that helps others. Again, I would use the example. Don't come and talk about your health problems, because no one really cares. It doesn't help anyone. It might help you feel better. It doesn't help anyone. So bring things. Bring yourself that helps others. And so Mike says, instant success is both a fiction and a trap. It really is, right? Consistency, learning, adapting, re-strategizing, and going again. These are all parts of the equation. These are all parts of the things that we need. Now, Paulette, it has been great having you here. Luz, thank you for your kind words. It really has been great having you here today. If you feel like part of the team, Paulette. Now, Colleen, welcome as well. So great to see you. Thanks for being here. And what Mike say, I believe in the Godhead and the image in us all. Yeah, this is the true power, as we understand our gifting and apply it in love. And we're so much more connected than we think, again, as images of source. I always say that we're an image of God, so that means we're super powerful, right? Super powerful. If only we knew that, if only we actually believe that, we can do miracles. That's what I call it. In some magic, it's miracles, right? So when the need appears, so does the answer. But the answer through being a conduit for love. And again, I'm glad you're reinforcing this message of love, Mike, because I think it will become clear to more people that this is the real magic. This is where the trick is, right? Now, if we can live in love, everything becomes possible. We can serve better. We can serve more. We can serve. We'll find better solutions. Love is what it is. It's about being interested in making life easier and better for other people, right? Whether you call it empathy, love, kindness. If you're here truly to serve others, the solutions will come to you. Yes, it might come in like a diamond. Think of that. Diamonds is coal, essentially. That's heated up and refined. So your idea may need to be tidied up. But again, this is where you spending time with it, you applying your logic, you applying your genius to it, applying your values, making it yours. It's what transforms that bit of coal into the diamond. But again, that doesn't happen it doesn't happen by doing nothing. Now think of how much heat you have to apply to create the diamond. Zion talked about your testament earlier. So expect hardship, expect challenge. No, not a hardship, challenge. That's a better word for it. Right? Expect something that you have to do to cause a transformation, my friends. That is what that's how we begin to truly find ourselves. That's how we find a solution. Really begin to shine. I hear you indeed. Where does the sonode.com link go to? Is that Zion's link? Zion, have you got? Is that your link?
No, I think that was Michael that dropped the link earlier.
Okay.
Dropped the link earlier. So I think it was a song.
If you haven't heard Michael's song, Michael's is a song maker now. I heard his song I think over the weekend. Was it over the weekend? No, probably Monday, Tuesday. So he writes great lyrics, and I guess it's showing that anyone can be a songwriter, right? You know, it's a wonderful thing. You know, so when you have an ability. So my songs are done by Cyrus, you know, the one that you hear when we start and finish our shows. You know, so I thank you, Cyrus and Mike. If if you have the talent, share it with others, right? I'm sure you know that already. You know, so Michael says if you're experiencing resistance, you're likely doing something right. I agree. Now, a lot of people expect things to just flow, things to just fall on their lap. That's not how. You know, even the greatest inventions, my friends, took energy to get people to sign up to them. Maybe it's because people like what they like the status quo. They love the routine. They love what they do already. Why change? So our job is to get people to understand why our solution's different, why our solution's better for them. You know, and that's how we'll get people to adopt our solutions. But again, I mean, Paulette mentioned it beautifully. That once you serve people, if you apply that love that we're talking about, they'll become loyal customers. You never have to sell to them again. They'll come back to you when they need you. That's how businesses are built, my friends. Businesses are built on repeat customers. And that comes from exceeding their expectations. If you say you're going to do X, as Zara mentioned, if you say you're going to do X, Y, Z, do X, Y, Z and add A as well, because that's what they'll be like. Wow, I got more than I paid for. Again, I talk about this very often, and I was talking to Denise about this the other day, where we can think, oh, they're not paying me enough, so I'm not doing it. See, that's not working in love. Work in love. Give them more than they pay you for, because you will never earn more if you're not willing to do more than they pay you for today. Think of that. That's reality, right? Give more than they pay you for. Then tomorrow, they will never think about paying you. They just pay. They might even pay you more because they're so grateful for what you do. That's business, right? Cyrus, welcome. I see you. No, we're doing fine, Cyrus. We're about to go, but glad you're here. Mike says, ouch, they all start with my poetry. And I turn into lyrics, then songs. I was wondering, Mike, how do people write songs? But meet Cyrus, isn't it? As he comments, he's in the audience with you, Mike. He's a songwriter, and he has a way of doing music stuff that I can't even get my head around. And I'm not lyrical. I'm not a poetry person. But it's good to know how you do yours, my friend. And I said, the only thing I felt on my lap is my laptop, and even that didn't fall. I put it there. I should hope so too, right? What does Mike? Last comment. I'll be buying the AI license so I can release them commercially. I'm sure we look forward to hearing your songs, Mike. In the meantime, do connect. Let's connect. Let's be friends, and let's learn from each other. My friends, look, our time has come. I thank everyone, and if anyone's got anything they want to say before we go, so thank you so much. So we're back again next Friday, same time. If you want to replay, then to do comments, do like, and do share, and also subscribe if you're not subscribed. Subscribe to our YouTube channels, and our other social media accounts. So I'll say enjoy your weekend, my friends. So we'll see you next Friday. Yay. Bye, everyone. Bye, everyone. Bye, everyone.
Celebrate it with or without champagne or rum. Achieve success with global.media.